Today we're going over 3 reasons you may want to get the Leatherman Juice XC6. So let's get started. The Leatherman Juice XC6 is a compact multi-tool that comes with 18 tools. This first came out around 2002 and was retired around 2018. This is a compact size multi-tool, which is more of a medium-sized multi-tool, which fits great in your pocket, which brings me to reason number 1, portability. Despite having a whopping 18 tools, as mentioned, this fits very well in your pocket. You can hardly feel that you're carrying it around. It's not bulky at all and can be carried anywhere without a problem. I usually have this one in the center console of one of the vehicles. The size and weight of the XC6 comes in at closed length 3.25 inches, width close to 1.25 inches, height close to 3/4 of an inch, and the weight comes in at 6.9 ounces. So you can see why this is a great tool to conveniently carry around without it really taking up space or feeling too heavy. Reason number 2 is its versatility. As mentioned earlier, this comes with 18 tools in a great compact design, which makes it a great tool option for camping, hiking, around the house, or just about anywhere you go. You get some needle nose pliers for those hard to grab objects, some regular pliers as well. You get some hard wire cutters, which can cut through wire hangers with a little twisting and turning. You also get some wire cutters, which always come in handy. You get a 420 HC knife, which holds its sharpness pretty good. You also get a 420 HC serrated knife, which is great for cutting rope or even to cut a seatbelt in an emergency. Now you also get a saw, which even though it may not be too big, it's pretty sharp and can cut through timber and branches fairly well. You get some pretty cool spring action scissors as well, which are a good size and can cut through paper, rope, tape, you name it. These work good. You also get an awl. You get a can opener and a bottle opener that come together on one tool. You get a corkscrew as well. You get a wood and metal file, and you also get a diamond coated file. These are also a pretty decent size. You get one Phillips screwdriver, which is non-removable, but it still works pretty good. And finally, you get 3 flathead screwdrivers, an extra small, a small, and a medium-sized screwdriver. It's important to note that the majority of these tools are easily accessible, as you don't have to open it up to get to most of the tools. The majority are located on the outside of the XC6. And finally, reason number 3 is durability. You can't go wrong with a tool like this. The XC6 is reliable, durable, and can withstand through tough conditions and will last a long time. Talking about durability, it's also important to note that this has anodized aluminum scales that, according to Google, is a finishing process that produces wear and corrosion resistant aluminum oxide coating on the surface of aluminum parts. So its highly resistant scales won't get damaged that easily. So those are my 3 reasons why you should be getting one of these Leatherman Juice XC6 multi-tools. It's a reliable multi-tool made of great quality and can last many years. Plus, like I said, it's not uncomfortable at all to carry around. But as always, let me know what you think. Do you agree with these reasons? Do you have this multi-tool? What has been your experience with it? Let me know in the comments. If you're planning on getting a SOG Powerpint, you may want to watch this video. So I finally got my hands on a SOG Powerpint. I thought the day wouldn't come, and it's not because they were out of stock, but rather I just didn't want to pay full price for it. That's because I saw a roller coaster of reviews. Some loving it, others disliking the tool, and well, I just didn't want to be disappointed if I ended up paying full price and not actually liking the tool. So I picked this one up for $12 US. And well, I have to say that just like many reviews I've seen, I feel a roller coaster of emotions towards it. So let's go over the pros and cons and what to expect from the SOG Powerpint. If you're planning on buying this new, the prices range between $40 to $50 US. Again, I bought this one used. I actually got it at a pawn shop for $12 US. So I thought it was a fair price. Now let's go over the specs really quick, and then we'll get into the pros and cons and then what to expect from it. This weighs 4.2 ounces. It's made in China. Total number of tools are 18. You get a stainless straight edge blade, a 3-sided file, an awl, bottle opener, can opener, full serrated blade, bolt gripper, hard wire cutter, needle nose pliers, Phillips screwdriver, protractor, inch ruler, centimeter ruler, scissors, centered magnetic hex bit driver, jewelry driver, line cutter, soft wire cutters, and also a wire crimper. Now, one great feature is that all the tools lock, but you have to open the tool up to unlock and close your tool. But a trick around this is that you can lift another tool as if you're going to pull it out, and this will cause the lock to disengage. Now, you also get a pocket clip, which is firm and helps keep the tool in place when it's in your pocket. The stainless steel straight edge blade feels a little flimsy. Now, I believe this is a 5CR15 MOV steel. This is a little over 2 inches in length. Again, all these tools lock in place, so it's good to see that you won't have the knife close on you by accident. That's one less worry. The 3-sided file is a great addition into this multi-tool as well. The files do feel rugged, and even though they may not be big or long enough, they can get you out of a bind. If you really don't find this helpful for wood or metal filing, this can also just come in handy as a nail file. You get an awl as well that is quite pointy, and I do feel that this will come in handy to puncture multiple items, not just textiles. I really like the design of this awl. You get a bottle opener and a can opener. Both come in handy when you don't have anything else on hand. The bottle opener is easier to use than the can opener though, but they can both get you at a tough spot. So both of those tools are a great addition to have in this multi-tool. The full serrated blade is actually useful. Its sharp teeth work great. This works great for small twigs, even some plastics, and also to cut some cord. But just like the knife, it feels slightly flimsy, that I can bend this without much force applied. The bolt grippers I feel are massive when compared to the actual size of the tool. This is such a great tool in my opinion. If we compare it to the size of the Super Tool 200, these bolt grippers can open up even more than the Leatherman. So if you use pliers a lot, you will definitely find this useful. The needle nose pliers are the same thing. They open up so wide, you will definitely find these helpful in whatever it is that you're trying to grip with your needle nose pliers. Now, the hard and soft wire cutters are almost always a must-have in any pliers. The only downside is that they're non-replaceable. If they were to ever wear out or get damaged, then you would need to replace the entire plier. But these shouldn't be your main pliers in my opinion. They're more for an emergency situation type of pliers. Now, I love that the Phillips screwdriver is a full-size head. It can take on multiple screw sizes, and it's also magnetic. Now, you also get a protractor with angles measuring 30, 45, 60, 90, and 180 degree angles. You also get 2 rulers measuring in inches and centimeters. The centimeters go all the way to 15 centimeters and the inches goes all the way to 6 inches. The scissors are 2 inches in length and the scissor head is about 3/4 of an inch. The scissors are probably one of the most useful tools on any multi-tool. Next to the knife, the scissors are probably the second most useful tool from my end. They seem to work okay, but I believe there could be some improvement to them. We'll talk about that shortly. Now you also get a centered magnetic quarter hex bit driver as well. This is probably one of my favorite additions, especially because it's centered and magnetic. The bits don't fall off easily. This is another tool that I've seen people complain about, that their bit driver loosens and the bits move around, but I haven't had that issue so far. Now you also get a jewelry driver or flat screwdriver for those small screws from watches or jewelry. Always a great addition to have. You get a line cutter, which comes in handy not just to cut lines, but you can also use this as a box cutter. And finally, you have the wire crimpers, which may not be the best, but for emergencies, they will get the job done. Now for the pros, this is a good size multi-tool, not too big and not too small. It fits in your pocket comfortably and works almost as good as a full-size multi-tool. The pliers are almost a normal size plier, so that is a great tool to have. Aside from being compact, this is lightweight as well. The magnetic bit driver is also a great feature as you switch out to any size bit you need, as long as it's a 1/4 inch, right? And again, thanks to its compact size, it is comfortable to work with. I also love that the tools are on the outside. You don't have to open the tool to get any of them out, with the exception of the pliers. And the last pro is that it is easy to modify. The screws are easy to come off, so you can switch out any tools you like if they ever were to break, or if you want to switch them out for something else, it's easy to do so. Now let's take a look at the cons. Now we do have a few cons, but for some people these may not even be cons at all. First con, the lock of the tools. I don't really like that you have to open the tool to unlock the tool in order to put it away. I feel that they could have done some sort of lever on the outside to unlock the tool to fold back in. But like I mentioned earlier, all you have to do is lift another one of the tools and this will cause the lock to disengage. And you can fold your tool to store once you do that. Another con is that I believe that the scissors could have had a wider opening. They could have had a better spring to them as well. They need to work on improving the scissors for sure. If I compare to the Gerber dime scissors, those have a wider opening to them than the Powerpint. I feel they could have added a couple of flatheads on the tops of the bottle and can opener as well. You can never have too many flatheads. Just look at Victorinox. They practically add flatheads on all their bottle and can openers because they know that these always come in handy. Whether it is to remove flathead screws or to pry something open, flatheads always come in handy. Another con would be that the blade could have been a better steel in my opinion, since I feel it is a little flimsy. But given the size of the tool and the actual real life use people will give this blade, I guess it's okay for some individuals. Now the protractor to me is kind of pointless, and I mean just the protractor on this tool. But maybe they had a lot of people requesting to have one included, I'm not too sure. If you use a protractor on the Powerpint, let me know in the comment section if you actually find it useful. I believe a dedicated protractor has a lot more use than the one here on the Powerpint. Other than that, these are all the cons I see on it. Overall, I do believe this is a great multi-tool. The price is not bad. It comes down to preferences, but I would think this is a good fit for a person that is looking for something compact with a good set of pliers and that isn't too heavy. I would carry a separate knife though, as the knife on the Powerpint doesn't convince me 100%. If you use a dedicated knife, that would be best. Now, as mentioned, this is a mid-size multi-tool, smaller than a Super Tool 200, but bigger than a Gerber dime. So the tools included are a good size, not too small or too big. Overall, it's a great design multi-tool, but they can definitely improve some of its tools, like the knife, the scissors, maybe add some flatheads on the top of the can and bottle openers, but I definitely love the size of it. It's hard to come by a great design multi-tool for less than $50 US. Overall, I give this multi-tool a 3.5 out of 5 stars, just because the main tools on it, like the knife and the scissors, could use some improvement. But overall, the design is actually quite impressive. Some of you may disagree with me, but the scissors and the blade are the tools I use the most, and I don't feel the Powerpint provides some good ones on it yet. But if you'll mainly be using the pliers, then the Powerpint may be a good fit for you, as they don't really have any play to them. I just wish they would have been spring-loaded pliers though. But as always, let me know in the comment section, what do you think of the Powerpint? Do you have this tool? And if you do, how do you rate it? That is all I have for y'all today. Thank you for your time. Have yourself a great day.